to the game.
Give me a break, need another life. Oh, need another life, life. Give me a break, need another life.
The Arsenal debut of Moreno and Isak and the Spurs debut of Diogo Dalot are just a few of the ingredients that makes this one of the most anticipated North London derbies in years, and it's live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The prospect of probably one of the most fieriest London derbies in some time is about to be played in front of us today. It is Arsenal and it is Tottenham Hotspur, probably one of the most anticipated London derbies in years, with signings for both sides that make their Spurs and Arsenal debuts respectively today. Most on the Arsenal side, with 2 new players coming in and a couple coming in for Spurs. Literally anything could happen here today, and it is one of the most passionate fixtures in the league, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of it in today's game. So both Spurs and Arsenal making multiple signings across the board, but of course the main man is on the Arsenal side. We are going to be witnessing the Arsenal debut of Alexander Isak, who immediately comes into the side after signing before the Brighton game and was unveiled in front of the Emirates crowd along with Moreno and the lonely Raheem Sterling. But Spurs have their own signing, and it is right there. Diogo Dalot came over from Manchester United in a very surprising signing. Solomon is actually the man up front compared to the put ahead of the other signing there, Dominic Solanke, who makes the bench. Here is the Arsenal team. It is almost virtually unchanged. Zinchenko comes back in, as does Bukayo Saka. Mikel Merino makes his debut alongside Declan Rice and Odegaard. Leandro Trossard is with Saka, and in the middle, of course, up front, Alexander Isak, 60 million from Newcastle United. Here we go. It is going to be 90 minutes of passion and heart in this game. And who knows what's going to happen. Let's find out. Odegaard's immediately on the ball. And Moreno. And Moreno's away already. And it looks like we could have another quick-fire Arsenal goal. He's kept the ball. Bukayo Saka. And forces a save out of Vicario. And what was interesting there was the central defender actually got on the ball first. But Vicario was able to pick it up. So another benefit of the doubt moment there for the goalkeeper. It wasn't really a back pass, really, because it was from a really unnatural position. So that's why he got to put the ball back up there. Here's Van de Ven, and immediately tackled by Bukayo Saka. It looks like Arsenal are definitely starting the faster and the brighter. Isak's first touch is actually a back pass to his centre-back teammate Gabriel there. Tackled Rice back in as well. Here's Rudiger. Well, Age Politescu, well, he's got a bit of a cult following here, but I think the fans will be expecting a bit more now, especially with the signing of Diogo Dalot. It's not all-star caliber, but Dominic Solanke certainly is a preferred scorer in his own right. And Dalot, very capable right back, of course. Well, Bukayo Saka, he's the star boy for a reason. It's 2 goals against Brighton that sealed, well, I think it was, no, he didn't play against Brighton. It was the other one, wasn't it? I think it was Villa where he scored those 2 goals. And then he didn't play against Brighton as a precaution because he was hobbling towards the end of that game for a bit. Here's Kulusevski. And tailed there by Shinchenko. Once again, the main left back really over Tyranny, but Shinchenko has really been playing well recently. And here is Isak. And here is Saka. What an absolutely wonderful front three Arsenal have here. And Isak, he forces a save out of the keeper. Already getting his chances in. Alexander Isak's first chance is saved by the keeper up for a corner. So Saka, Trossard, Martinelli, Isak, Jesus as well. It is a pretty stacked Arsenal side now. This has to be a side at the very least challenging for the title now. Isak picked up by Moreno. Isak puts it back off a challenge and forces another save from Ricardo. And here's Saka. And Arsenal are on the front foot, but the keeper's inspired. Well, quick fire chances there from Isak and Saka, both saved by the keeper. Wonderfully done. And now it's out for another corner. And we know Arsenal with Saliba and Gabriel have very much threats from corners, but Vicario picks that one out of the air. And here's Dalot. Actually one of my former teammates, Skip. Now Bentancur, tackled by Odegaard. It's going to be a scrap for the ball, and Bentancur's gone down, but the referee's let play go on. We're going to see a lot of that this afternoon, you have to feel. Both sides with plethoras of signings out to prove some points today. Making their North London derby debuts, and here's Trossard. And that was very close. Moreno almost on the verge of an assist. I think Trossard pretty much pulled it wide, unfortunately, on that one. And you can hear the Tottenham fans in good voice today. It always is that way, but today has an extra bit of zing to it, being the London derby, of course. North London derby, that is. And Son, certainly going to be the main man for Spurs today. Isak. Oh, the power and the strength of Isak. Forces his man on the ground. Dugan does a good tackle, but Isak keeps the ball. Arsenal are playing wonderfully here with Martin Odegaard for a goal already. And that's been coming. Martin Odegaard, the Arsenal captain. Extravagant celebration, but it is the London derby. Wonderful football here. Moreno, from Isak to Moreno to Odegaard. Clinical goal. And Arsenal are going from strength to strength here. A wonderful passage of play. Very reminiscent of the unbeatables. Very reminiscent indeed. Well, we said what a great story it would be that Mikel Arteta, one of their former players, now their manager, would be the first man since Arsene Wenger to win the title. And right now, you have to say, Arsenal are pretty much definitely on the radar so far. Currently with 100% wins in the league so far. And now they're up by a goal to nil. Thanks to Captain Marvel, Martin Odegaard. And now they come forward again. Isak has pinned down Moreno and it's 2-0. Arsenal absolutely clinical. 19 minutes. And Arsenal's new boys are making their mark, and Moreno in particular. That's the first Arsenal goal on his London derby debut today. I think he's one of the first to ever do that, to be fair. But the passing and the play is absolutely exquisite, and there's nothing Spurs can do. Well, Politescu has definitely got to be surprised by the quick-fire start that Arsenal are making here, which have now resulted in 2 goals. Arsenal up by 2 goals to nil and very much in command right now. Kulusevski trying to make a very quick recovery. But Spurs have it all to do now. They need to keep Arsenal off the ball because like we said before, I think it was against Brighton, they make maybe the one too many passes, but the ones before set up chances like that. And now Isaac Moreno again, heading forward. He's bombing forward. He's really up for this, Moreno, to be fair. Skip. Tackled by Trossard. And picked up by Odegaard. Nice and Moreno. And look at this wonderful link-up play. But Isaac had nowhere really to go. Moreno's gone down. No foul given. And the referee is letting the play go on. Here's Son. Plodded out by Gabriel. Shinchenko. I don't think he convincingly cleared it away. Now Kulusevski's on it. And now here's Son. Son's with the shot. Good save by David Raya. Well, he's only had one clean sheet so far this season, but as long as he makes the important ones, it won't matter. Of course, he was the Golden Glove winner, I believe, last season as well. So, you have to say that Isaac is probably the missing piece of the puzzle that they finally got on board. And just some extra reinforcements in defence and midfield, of course, with Calavori and Moreno respectively. And also Sterling, who made the bench. And Van de Ven's header is wide, out for a goal kick. And that was a great cross, and Van de Ven had to get there ahead of Saliba to do it, and he did. In fact, I think that was Ben White up there. He's out to Moreno. And Saka. Oh, wonderful play by Bukayo Saka. And Van de Ven gets there back to get the ball there. Here's Bentancur. Sosa. Spurs starting to find a bit of a foothold on the ball here. Good great tackle by Leandro Trossard. He made the gallop from the left wing, which will be Arsenal's left in this half. Here's Solomon. He'll be the forward man, but a lot of eyes will be on Son in particular. So Kulusevski's there, as is Son, and he's going to... Oh, he's missed it. Well, we all remember last season, don't we? Son with that glorious chance against Manchester City that really could have given Arsenal the title. Some would say he maybe missed on purpose. There's no such thing, and Politescu was very quick to defend his team, saying we don't try to lose. But it was a glorious chance by Son, but those can be missed. We know Fernando Torres, back in his Chelsea days, that missed a glorious chance, I believe, against Manchester United. I believe we were very lucky that day, to be fair. I remember it very well. I think I was on the bench at that point. You all know Son can make something of these kind of long free kicks, but he picks out Dallo instead. Here is Bentancur. Oh, what a stunner! Bentancur with an absolute belter. And that puts Spurs right back in it. What a strike. Absolutely stunning shot. Curling and bending, nothing Raya could do about it. You can't blame him. That was some hit. That's an emphatic statement of we're going to come back. Oh, absolute worldly by Bentancur of all people. He'll take it. What a goal. Spurs 1, Arsenal 2. Back in with an emphatic strike. This is some game. We've had a glorious first half hour of football here, and that's just capped it off. Give it away by Ben White to Son. That's not what Arsenal want to do, because now Tottenham will be feeling it. Here's Kulusevski. And you have to feel that they're coming right back into the game. Here's Bentancur again. This time he doesn't shoot. The referee blows the whistle because Son was offside by about half his foot. It's very close, but the right decision. The VAR lines to help us out on that one. I haven't seen a lot of VAR so far, well, at least in our coverage this season. Van de Ven, and Isak is being immediately shut out, and I think that's going to be a strategy that Spurs will want to implement. Keep Isak off the ball. Then White to Moreno. Odegaard. Zinchenko. Odegaard. Beautiful stuff from Arsenal again. I think Odegaard was waiting for Isak to make a run. Isak didn't do it. And they've just closed him out again. Looks like Isak's playing a false 9. Something that might want to change. Maybe Arteta's not wanting to kind of put pressure on him too much. Isak does know how to score. He is a scoring machine, but he might be playing the wrong role right now. So he's coming a lot further back, and Odegaard was... You could almost see Odegaard kind of pointing at him to push forward, but now he's making a run. It's an amazing run by Alexander Isak, and he's absolutely shown the strength to keep the ball. And Van de Ven, thankfully for Spurs, got back just enough to get the ball in the end. You would have expected Isak to bury that if he got there. Gigi. So Spurs definitely are feeling a lot more confident as this first half comes to an end. 4 minutes left. 3 minutes, in fact. Celso, and he's bundled all the way through, and the ball was everywhere, and Rice eventually came up with it. And now Trossard has all this pitch to run at. Arsenal's counter-attack has been absolutely stellar this season. And he's kept the ball, Trossard. He's going to whip it in towards Alexander Isak. It's almost a clear, sure goal, but not quite. Well, wonderful ball from Trossard. Isak probably could have made more here. Do you reckon that was a corner? Off the head of Van de Ven, maybe? Referee says goal kick. And Spurs just probably monitoring the situation, probably trying to get to half-time. Maybe they would create one more chance for their confidence-wise. They might get it now. Solomon to Son. Kulusevski's made a run. He's actually had to get back on side. And Raya has made a save. You cannot blame David Raya. That strike from Bentancur was sensational. But he's saving the ones that matter once again, David Raya. And that's what's important. Son with the corner. Out to Romero. And picked up by Raya in the end. Just kicking it out to get to half time. But Trossard's on the ball. And he's kept it again. Trossard's done brilliantly. He's gone down. That's surely a penalty. No, it's a free kick. And that could have so easily been a penalty there. Is it a penalty, actually? Let's have a look. It's outside the box for me. Trossard probably wanted to gain a couple of extra steps, but the referee called it right. It is a free kick. Maybe the last action of this half, and I think it will be Martin Odegaard to take it. Vicario knows what's coming. Four-man wall, including the captain's song. Well, we've seen them go in from here before. And here comes Odegaard. Oh, it's gone off Udigi, I think. And that'll be the last action of the half. You'd feel with Dallo on the ball here. Yep. Oh, wow, what a first half. Absolutely stunning goals and stunning play from Arsenal. Leading 2 after 20 minutes, but Bentancur's magnificent strike past David Raya, bending and dipping. And this has been some London derby that we hopefully expected. I think it's delivered. Spurs 1, Arsenal 2 at the break. Welcome back to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Sometimes it is very tempting to say White Hart Lane. It was synonymous with Spurs for so long, but it is the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's a new state-of-the-art stadium fit for them. And right here, we have witnessed a classic London derby. The first half had 3 goals and some brilliant play all round, particularly from Arsenal. For the second goal, magnificent passing, but Bentancur's magnificent strike has put Spurs back in it, but there's still 2-1 down because of a debut goal from Moreno and an absolute great goal worked out for Martin Odegaard to put it past the keeper. Isak has been relatively ineffective in this one so far. Not had a lot of the ball, and Spurs have had marks on him all day, and I think you can understand why. The thing I'm noticing with Isak is he's not making some amazing runs into the box. It looks like Saka's the one making the runs at the moment. Isak's not moving as much. Whether that's by design from Mikel Arteta or maybe just not feeling relatively fit or trying to just fit into the new system. Well, a surprising transfer that happened. There was actually two. We haven't really talked about the transfer window, but a lot has happened. Angel Correa has left, I believe, at Atletico Madrid to go to Wolves. And for Manchester United, we didn't mention this beforehand, but Memphis Depay has gone back to Manchester United in the transfer window. It was done very early on. I'm not really sure why that's happened, but I guess Memphis wants to give his Manchester United career another shot. I did play with him a couple of times when he was over there, and I was still playing. Richarlison's come on for Spurs. It's just unfortunate it didn't really work out. Kulusevski. Spurs were definitely the better team in the at the end of the first half, and Kulusevski's gone down, and I think he's holding his arm. Play goes on. Isak's gone down, and there'll be a booking here for Van de Ven. Now, is that for the foul on Isak, or is that for the foul earlier? I think it's the one on Isak, yes, because it was Kulusevski that went down under a challenge. Surprised the referee didn't call back for a foul back then. And Arteta is having a word. I think he'd be relatively happy with the fact he still has the ball, because it could have so easily been a foul the other way and a possible free kick to make a possible opportunity out of it. Saka's found Moreno. And Isak has got a lot of space here. Can he exploit it? Oh. And that was very close for a debut goal for Isak. And Arteta knows it. Could be a crucial miss. And from someone like Isak, you wouldn't put your house on him scoring from there. Celso. Marked heavily there by Martin Odegaard, but he has got the ball. Richarlison now. Signed over from Everton last season, I believe. Moreno has definitely been really up for this. Really wanted to get stuck in. And he got a goal for an effort. And again, two different scorers from Arsenal. This is exactly what Arteta would have drew up this season. Because, as we said, getting goals was an issue. Especially if the likes of Jesus go down, injured, then it just makes it a bit more difficult. The signing of Isak will definitely alleviate that matter. There were no offers for Benjamin Sesko so far. So maybe they'll come back to that later. He's been linked with Arsenal for quite some time. It hasn't happened yet. But we do have a January window later in the season, so maybe there'll be something to reinforce later. Should they lose a couple of strikers in the meantime, anything can happen between now and then. Maybe they'll resume their interest. James Maddison has come on for Lo Celso. There was a very close effort by Son there. It was just over the bar. And Devender was booked earlier for that foul on Isak. And Saka. And once again, Spurs caught out by the ultra-quick counter-attack from Arsenal here. Here is Isak. And there's another save by Vicario. He's done well. At least for denying Alexander Isak. So, with a wonderful ball. Zinchenko just about getting there. White to Saka. Isak a lot further back than normal. It's definitely by design, I think. It's not really going to be effective from this sort of position. It's sort of a false nine role, I believe. Although here he comes. Oh, just as I say it. Well, it's not cursing the commentators. It's definitely not the reverse of it. Isak does get a first goal for Arsenal. He looked way out of position back there, but he made the run. He's making runs. He's running at people. Isak normally some sort of, mostly a poacher getter. But today, he's making effort and making runs. And he gets rewarded with another debutant making a North London debut and getting a goal for his effort. Well, Arsenal has certainly been the better side so far. And it's proving on the scoreboard now. Spurs need to find a way back into this game. Not really. They've really been maybe a step slower in this start of the second half. They came more into it at the end of the first. And that is the first goal for Isak this season. He was yet to score for Newcastle before he came over. But now he's moved to a new environment and got right on the board. That's exactly what Arteta would have expected. And now it's going to be Son with this corner. Wonderfully taken, but wonderfully headed away by Bukayo Saka. You have to wonder if Arsenal will lose a step without him. And that's why Arteta has been very cautious with him so far this season. It's another amazing, magnificent run by Bukayo Saka. He's got all the pitch to run out here. He's the only man there. Oh, he's missed it. Misses a chance to go 4-1 up. Bukayo Saka, magnificent run. He probably should have scored, you could argue. And Arsenal 3-1 up at this moment. Well, you would have put your house on Saka scoring from that position. Caro with the resulting goal kick. Charleston keeps the ball ahead of Declan Rice, although I think it's going to be an Arsenal free kick. Certainly is. Ben White to Odegaard. And more pretty play from Arsenal. And Moreno went to pass to Saka, and Isak was shouting for it, I think, behind him. Sefsky. Son turns and shoots. Great closing down there by Saliba. Now we're going to get a double Arsenal substitution. Saliba and Trossard are actually making way for Yurem Timber and a debut for Raheem Sterling, respectively, on loan from Chelsea. I think a lot of reports saying the move was rather forced. Sterling not happy with his current situation. Phased out by Marcella. And looking for a new lease of life in North London. And he makes his debut now. We've got Spurs back on the ball, and Son's header is saved by Raya. And Ben White almost lost it to Richarlison there. Raya probably could have been in a bit of trouble had that reached him. And it has reached him now. And he takes a long shot, easily dealt with by the keeper. Ben White to Romano, and didn't really read the play well there. Richarlison came up with it instead. Here he is, closed down by Rice. Arsenal defending really well. Isak. Oh, we've seen the run of Saka. He's offside. And it is the end of the debut of Alexander Isak, and Bukayo Saka's also making way for Gabriel Martinelli. It's Gabriel Jesus that is coming on for Isak. Now Tottenham have to make something out of this now. Arsenal's best players are off the pitch. And here's Son. The immediate response. Oh, it's another Wordley from Spurs. Well, when they score, they're scoring brilliant goals. It's nothing less than what you would expect from Son Heung-min. Wonderful strike, another absolute curler that nobody can do anything about. Well, we got a game here, that's for sure. That's a wonderful strike from Son. Struck that with such confidence, you could even tell. Well, they are certainly a different side without Harry Kane. Probably lost a lot of goals in the process. but they still have that man. And now the question is, can Arsenal hold on for the last 10 minutes or so? It's 3-2. It's an absolute cracker today. And now here's Gabriel Martinelli, who's gone down, and the referee will stop play. Now, was he the last man? Will it be a sending off here? It certainly will. It's not a derby without a sending off. Christian Romero is off. Tottenham down to 10 men. A free kick in a dangerous position here. I think he has to go, to be fair. And Kulusevski is also coming off. I think that's for Glenn Johnson, isn't it? I think that's what the PA said. Well, it's rather Beckham or Cristiano Ronaldo territory for Martin Odegaard here. Let's see if we can make something out of it. Oh, it's hit the wall. Odegaard comes up with it and it hits the wall again as they break apart to get back into position. Oh, Spurs have just made a... The Spurs were just about to go into the ascendancy, and then Romero gets sent off. It's rather... I think it was rather last-ditch effort, to be fair, because Martinelli, I think it was, that was kind of through on goal. It was rather a sacrifice-like tackle that sometimes happens. Martinelli has scored anyway, though. The man advantage is counted for Arsenal, and it's game over. 4-2. And Martinelli gets another one. Again, a wonderful passage of play here. Wonderfully held up by Jesus. Finds Martinelli, flicking it past the keeper. Well, they've been the better side all day. They started the game with 2 goals in 20 minutes. And Kulusevski, there's nothing really he can do. He might be a fan favourite here, but today, it's Arsenal, the other club in North London, for supremacy today. Spurs 2, Arsenal 4. And now here's Dalot. Not really seen a lot of him today. He whips in a nice ball, but no one's there to meet it apart from Yuri and Timber, who came on for Saliba earlier. Now to Declan Rice. He was tackled by Son. There's still life in this Spurs side, but lost a man now, and it could count for a lot. Here's Martinelli again. Certainly looked very lively since he came on. Well, another day and another 4 different scorers and another high-scoring game for Arsenal. We were all saying they lacked goals and a clinical goal scorer for when the likes of Jesus go down. But today, Jesus is on the pitch and everyone bar him has scored, although Jesus did come on as a sub, to be fair. It's another 4 goals for this Arsenal side. Where have all these goals come from? Mostly unlikely sources, really. Sterling, we've not really seen much of him, but he did get the pass there to Jesus, and now he's away, and he's skipped the challenges. Oh, it's a good save by Vicario, to be fair. He's been rather unlucky because he's been rained down from this relentless Arsenal attack in this game. Spurs fans not happy. I think it's Declan Rice with the resulting corner. We've got 6 minutes. Valid on time. Moreno! I almost went in. I think it would have been an own goal if it had. There's another look for that goal from Martinelli. Not the best stroke he's ever struck, but it'll be more than enough to score. Now we have another Arsenal corner. Well, Spurs, they were in this game until Romero got sent off. Really. But like we said, it was probably more of a sacrifice-like tackle to stop a goal-scoring opportunity, even if it results in a red card, which it normally does. Declan Rice forces a save out of the keeper. It's a stunning strike, though. Udogie. Madison. Richarlison. Back to Bentancur, who scored that word in the first half. Dalot. I feel another goal would be probably nothing more than a consolation with the time left. Son. Blocked out by Yuri and Timber. Well, we didn't expect such a high-scoring game. We've had 6 goals. We expected a classic, but there's been a lot of goals to go with it. 2 Wordleys, the Son and Bentancur, and some beautiful play by Arsenal on the other end. Now we have his first corner. As the minutes tick down. I think Arsenal were the better team today. The right team certainly won, that's for sure. But it's been a classic. Son with the corner with about 30 seconds left in this game. Headed by Richarlison. And that is it for the game, I think. Well, it was wonderfully worked. Great header by Richarlison, to be fair. It's a shame you couldn't make more of it. Definitely wanted the ball in that instance. And David Raya with a goal kick, and that's the end of the game. It's been an absolute classic, but Arsenal were certainly the better team with 4 outstanding goals from 4 different goal scorers. Debut goals for Marino and Isak, a late one from Martinelli, and Martin Odegaard kicked off the scoring as a whole in the first half. 2 Wordleys from Spurs weren't enough to stop this juggernaut of an Arsenal side. We said what they would be like with Isak, Moreno and the like in the team. We found out. High scoring and beautiful play. Spurs 2, Arsenal 4. So let's check out all the other scores and what that means to the table. Manchester United won again, 3-2 against Southampton, while City dropped points against Brentford with a 2-2 draw. Crystal Palace and Leicester was 1-1. Ipswich failed to score points again. They lost 3-1 to Brighton, with Fulham beating West Ham by 2-0. Liverpool held Nottingham Forest to a draw, and Everton beat Aston Villa by 2-0, and Chelsea held to a draw again with 2 goals apiece, and Newcastle beating Wolves by 2-1, which means for the table, Arsenal now back on top of Newcastle and both Manchester clubs, with Liverpool 5th, Fulham up to 6th, Brighton up to 7th, Bournemouth now 8th, with Brentford and Nottingham Forest. What a strange table we're looking at. Chelsea now 11th, and Leicester City, Southampton, Everton, Aston Villa down to 15th. West Ham ahead of Spurs, who are just off the relegation places in 17th off goal difference. Filling those spots are Wolves and Crystal Palace, and Ipswich Town looking in real trouble with 0 points out of the first 4 games now.